Look at how fucking cute all the couscous
That
is.
shit is cute.
Every
man.
time I get couscous from
Looks
this
like
place, I'm
tiny
just
little
like,
corn.
yeah, I'm just like, oh, it's so cute.
It is cute.
It's just cute. Look at how fucking cute all the couscous
That
is.
shit is cute.
Every
man.
time I get couscous from
Looks
this
like
place, I'm
tiny
just
little
like,
corn.
yeah, I'm just like, oh, it's so cute.
It is cute.
It's just cute.
Y'all are cute. Welcome to episode number 41. This is the cute episode of the Lunchtime Serenade podcast. Lunchtime Serenade. Cute.
Syracuse. I like Syracuse. That could work.
Yeah, Syracuse.
Yeah. The lunch cute, Syracuse.
And we're
Cute
back
is cute in there.
after a week of hiatus. Here we are, and we're back. And also, we're right here, and we're back. It's like we never left. But we are back.
This is just where we belong, baby. We don't
have-
leave. We're only in this little frame. We never leave.
We never leave.
This is where we live.
We sleep here, we eat here, we poopy here. Brian can't smell.
That's
I've been
great.
pooping the whole time.
Yeah, there's just like a pile down here. It's kind
nice.
of wild.
Oh god, this is this is so...
Like it just seeped through.
It seeps, dude. That's probably why it was wrapped like 30 times. This is food for today. Cannot talk. The food for today is from Mendocino Farms. They have great salads. I've only had their salads.
I'm pretty sure. Have we not had Mendo on the pod before?
Oh, you know what?
I think we got salads from there once. Mm-hmm. But, anyways, we got some sandwiches from Mendocino Farms. I got a
Damn.
little couscous action going on over here.
Damn.
I love their couscous so fucking much, dude. And I also got their banh mi sandwich.
I got a cookie.
That's it.
I just got a cookie. And this is a seasonal item. Apparently, I just saw it. And it's got it's like grilled mushrooms and onions and cucumbers and shit. It's like I think they call it a spring Mediterranean wrap. It's very good. Very, very good. It's so greasy and I can't figure out where the grease is coming. It might be the oil. It might be olive oil. Oh.
I would assume so. Which, is kind of annoying to eat around, but at the same time, at least you know it's not, just rendered fat.
Yeah.
So, you win some, you lose some.
You win some, you lose some. But, wow, fuck yeah, dude. Oh my god.
Dude, I love
It's very
Mendo.
good.
Mendo's, I don't know kind of their operating areas. I just know they're, basically around, Southern California and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you're ever out here and you're looking for a quick bite, hit them up. They're fucking great. They have, box specials and stuff, too, where they, you get, a sandwich, a cookie, bag of chips. You can sub the things out for, salads and everything. Really good, pretty inexpensive. And, yeah, I mean, I'd probably sit around, an average of their food being, an 8.75
Yeah.
to, 9.5, depending upon, how quickly you get it.
Mm-hmm. It's
So-
very reliable.
Yeah.
It's very healthy. I'd definitely give it an 8.7.
Yeah,
for
they have
sure.
they have some vegan vegan options as well too. So just check them out if you ever get a chance. But God, I love it. So yeah, there we are, baby.
What's y'all been up to? As you can see, we got haircuts.
Oh,
We didn't plan it either. I didn't know he got a haircut. I don't think he knew I got a haircut. And he walked in my door and I was like, it was a Spider-Man pointing at each other.
the haircut buddies.
Because
But yeah.
goddamn, I needed it.
Holy shit! If anybody has been following us since last year, the progression of my hair is just every episode was another half inch just added to my head. And I was just getting so fucking sick of it. It was tickling my ears. I could feel my brain getting probed a little bit. So it's let's just go cut it all off. Let's just redo it and just start from scratch. So I've just been paranoid about going to barbershops and stuff.
That's why I haven't gone.
So they're not. Barbershops can sometimes be clean. Most of the times they are not. And so I was I don't really want to go to one yet. And I just got to a point where I was all right, I think maybe they figured out a cleanliness thing enough. And the guy that I was there, he was cutting my hair and he was yeah, they come in every night and UV light the place too. And I was all right, that's pretty sick.
Cool.
So I felt a little better about it, but still weird.
I had to wash my, when I got in, before I sat down, she's like, go wash your hands, then we're going to do a temperature check, and then we're going to, dust you.
Oh, yeah, they gave me a temperature check, too.
Yeah.
But they made you, what do they dust you with?
They had, a little spray bottle. And they're like, psh, 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 psh.
It's just the water that they use for your
it's
hair.
in your hair. They just, get you soaking wet, and then you sit down, and then they cut your hair. I don't know why I had to wash my hands. I wasn't touching anything, but I suppose, it can't hurt. I was touching the arms of the chair, maybe. That's probably what it is. but I accidentally sat down before. I thought she said she was going to wash her hands. She's like, wash your hands. I heard wash your hands. But I heard, she's like, I'm going to go wash my hands. That's what I heard. And I sat down. And she's like, did you wash your hands? And I was like, no, I'm so sorry. I thought you said you were going to wash your hands. She kind of yelled at me.
She's like pulling out a knife like slowly. She's like, did you wash your hands?
No, sorry. I thought you were going to wash your hands. She didn't wash her hands. She's the one touching shit. It's fine. It's all right. I went to Sports Clips, which is just the manliest, most fucking heteronormative place I've ever been in my entire life, dude.
And their haircuts are like very hit or miss.
Dude, they are. She kind of crushed it, but no, sometimes, like, man, sometimes it's really...
Oh, it's so rough.
It's really rough. Yeah, but they try to talk to you. I did have a coupon.
Yeah.
The only reason I ever go to Sports Clips is because periodically I'll get like a $10 off coupon, which is like half off because they're like super cheap.
Right. They're all about high volume, low price.
Yeah, exactly. And so the only reason I ever go to Sports Clips is because I have a coupon, and I did. But the only thing they ever talk to you about is sports. Like they don't. I don't know why. I like try to veer the conversation other ways. I'm like, oh, like, have you been? What have you been doing? Like, did you have a quarantine activity? Did you She's like, oh, I've been baking a lot, whatever. My husband's been watching a lot of sports. So what sports have you been watching? I'm like, oh God, why? I'm like, I don't know, not really a lot. I play tennis. She's like, oh my God, dude. Okay, so I was like, she had no idea how to respond. Like if I weren't talking about like basketball or football or baseball, very clearly. Because I was like, yeah, I've been playing a lot of tennis. I watched a lot of tennis. The Australian Open was last week, super good, whatever. And she's like, oh, yeah, what happened to that guy? And I was like, wait, that guy? I was like, I don't know. I was like, Djokovic? She's like, no. That one guy, what happened to him? That one tennis player. I was like, I don't know what happened. I didn't hear anything. She's like, no, he was in a car crash. Tiger Woods. And I was like, I thought she was joking at first. I was like, haha, because anyone you don't have to know anything about sports to know that Tiger Woods plays golf. You don't have to know anything about sports. And she's just like, yeah, man, it really sucks. Like, I don't know how he's gonna play. And I was like, I let it go because I didn't really want to go down that rabbit hole. But I was like, does she think that I said golf, or does she think that Tiger Woods plays tennis?
Does she think that tennis and golf are the same thing?
Right.
Like you're at the tee box, you like take the ball, you throw it up, and you just smack it. Like that's how you play that game.
So you have to hit a tennis ball really far down the fucking field.
And it's just about who can get to the hole faster.
Yeah, exactly.
Not necessarily about like how many like strokes. Holy shit, that's so funny, dude. But yeah, that was wild. I was just like, Tiger Woods just like hasn't been in the headlines for long enough, so he was just like, you know what? He was like scrolling while he was like driving his car, and he was like throws the phone. He's like, fuck it, just rips it over, and he's like, this will get me in the headlines again, baby.
Oh no. Gold jacket, green jacket. I want a straight jacket.
Oh fuck. Oh, that was good. That was pretty fucked up. That was pretty good.
Wow.
Oh my God, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, that was fucking like. I read a thing that they had to put like a steel rod in his leg.
In his fucking leg, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit. Did he just like lose his femur? Like,
yeah, it was like totally shattered apparently.
That's wild, dude.
It is.
I wonder like how, because the majority of like the power in your swing is like generated by your core, right? Mm-hmm. So like your legs are mostly there just to like kind of prop you up.
Stability.
But like, how does that affect everything else?
I don't know, man.
Like how do you?
I was thinking about that too, because I mean, luckily he plays a sport like golf and not like basketball where you need to like run all the time.
Right.
So I mean, obviously his game is going to be impeded a little bit, but hopefully it's not like so impeded that he
like can't do it
overcome
anymore.
it.
Right. Which like I feel like he's kind of at retirement age anyways. So it's like I feel like him kind of doing more.
How old is he?
He's in his 50s.
That's what I thought.
He's got to be.
The lady and I had a conversation about that too. She's like, how old is he? I feel like he's been the same age for like 20 years. I'm like, yeah, me too. But like, I have no idea how old he is. 50s? That's what I said. I guess 50s.
Well, I mean, maybe he's in his like mid 40s because he was like exploding and stuff like that when he was like 21, and that was in like 2001.
Hey Siri, how old is Tiger Woods?
Tiger Woods is not playing in the Arnold Palmer Invitational presented
I'm
by
sorry,
Serenade,
what?
which is being played between last Thursday and today.
Are our voices that similar?
Hey Siri, how old is Tiger Woods?
Bro.
Prince is 45.
He's 45.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't like that my Siri was activated by your voice.
That
That's
was wild.
weird. I hate that.
That was wild. You try it. Try with mine.
Hey Siri.
Nope. It worked on yours though. Fuck. That was weird.
That's
I've
very
never had that
strange.
happen. They're usually very good at voice
I
matching.
know. Maybe we just have very similar voices.
It's possible.
I mean, there was that whole thing about like in China where it like couldn't recognize a couple people's faces, so like the Face ID would actually open for like a couple of other people. So like maybe that's
saw
just
that.
the thing. Maybe it's just like these
becoming-
fucking dudes have two similar voices.
These fucking dudes, bro.
These fucking dudes, dude.
These dude bros.
So this photo shoot this weekend I was at, we were trying to go to El Matador, and we just could not find parking. They had like closed the gate to like the parking for the beach, so people were just like parking along the road. And I was like, I'm not gonna park in the PCH. This is gonna be a
Fuck
nightmare.
that. Yeah.
So we drove down a little ways. And we found Prismo Beach, which was like fully open. So it was cool. Let's go. Had our masks, everything like that. It was like $8 for parking. So I was like, fuck it, why not? Went in, did all these great shots, and like the whole time we were there, my buddy Mason went with me, and he was like, every time like the waves were coming in, because it was like pretty rough surf out there, like it was like very windy, and like every time like a wave would come in, he'd be like, dude, those are some fucking sick breakers, dude, and I was like, you're from Columbus, Indiana.
Oh my God.
I was like, stop it.
That's
it was
fucking
so
hilarious.
funny.
Did Megan not come?
She had to work. Yeah, so like she was there when we got home, but like, yeah, she woke up at like 7:30, like shook me awake a little bit. She was like, I'm going to work, and I was like, okay, bye. And she was like, I love you, and like kissed me on the forehead and left, and I was like, aw.
Aw.
It's so cute. But
Healthy.
yeah, I was gonna like have her come with me and like do a couple of like shots with her doing stuff, but like as we got there and it was like super windy, I was like, all right, let's just focus on the product,
Yeah.
get the shots that I need of that, and leave, because like
Yeah.
the sand is just gonna fuck everything up. So that was kind of the whole idea. But yeah, the things that they want like these photos to be like make sense, because it's supposed to be kind of like a lifestyle that they're selling along with the product. So it's like it's like lifestyle shots, and the product is like kind of there. So I'm like trying to think of like ways of putting that together, and it's coming together. I'm excited about it. Like you saw a couple of those like first shots that I was
Shots
like,
are great.
I was like, cool. I'm like, those are the product shots. Now we can do the lifestyle stuff.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my idea. They sent me like a whole like the shot list, and like one of it was like promoting an active lifestyle, like kayaking or rollerblading. And I was like,
Kayaking.
I'm not going anywhere where I have to do a kayak.
Oh no.
I was like, what? First of all,
Imagine balancing on the edge of a kayak like on the rapids and you're fucking...
Yeah, and I was just like, who is going to be using this product in a kayak? That's weird.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, maybe I could just like set up some kayaks and have them like
It's
with the
alcoholic,
oars
right?
or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you can... I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah. So I was like, that's a little weird. But one of my favorite ones was they were like, we want it with like yoga and stuff like that. Okay. And I was like, okay, yeah, cool. Like that'd be, we like set Megan up like kind of in the background of like her doing like a pose, so she's a little out of focus. Have the product in front, works out. Have like a shot of like her like kind of like leaning against like a post or something with her mat, like taking like a drink and stuff like that. And I was like, who the fuck would drink an alcoholic
Getting
drink?
buzzed at yoga.
Yeah, after yoga. Like that's the
wild.
opposite of what that would be. Like you would want to hydrate.
An
after
active
yoga.
lifestyle and alcohol branding doesn't necessarily...
It's so weird.
Like it doesn't go hand in
Yeah,
hand.
like it's like a little strange, but I'm like it's gonna work. Like it's gonna work and look good. And I was like,
picture it working for
I'm
sure.
like, I kind of like that they have this idea of it, because it's like it's not like the typical like, oh, dude showing up to a party, everybody's
Right.
like, ah,
Like,
yeah, like that kind of
throwing
stuff.
your
like,
head back, laughing.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing.
Like it's not like the typical branding, so I like very much appreciate that. But like part of me is also like, this is a weird message.
Yeah.
But I'm like, it'll be
Yo,
fine.
get buzzed while you fucking ride your bike, dude.
Like fucking yeah. hit your like spirit.
Crack a cold one.
Dude, open your third eye and then get a little buzz, dude. It's like, what?
Help it stay open.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
wild.
Pour it
Align
into
your
it.
chakras. It's chakra juice.
Dude, go hit some fucking sweet ass gnar and then get fucking blitzed. Like, what's gonna happen? Like, it's like
is
it's so
interesting.
strange. But
It
like,
is interesting.
I'm kind of stoked about it.
Yeah,
so.
fuck yeah.
Yeah, but
That's
it,
pretty
yeah,
funny actually. That would be a really funny skit.
yeah, that would
Like
actually
really
be-
like overdoing it, like really trying to like ham up the fact that it's alcohol, but like it's only for like active shit.
It's like it'll rehydrate you while dehydrating you, and like you're like drinking it and just being like, fuck's happening? And like trying to like do all this shit. It's like it's like a pre-workout that has like steroids in it.
Yeah.
So they're just like roided out while like doing normal shit. They're like at the grocery store like, I need revenue. Like walking around and they're like fucking playing like football with their children and just destroying
just beating the shit out of their kids. Oh my god.
That'd be a good one.
The
Let's write that down.
drink of the fucking Olympics for 2024.
Official partner of the U.S. Olympic team. And it's all everyone's just like, just like screaming, like doing normal shit.
The Olympic procession, the close-ups on their faces, they're like twitching.
They're all just like their eyes are just twitching, like just slightly.
Oh, that's so good.
Dude, there's like you know the scene in SpongeBob where it's like the dude not moving and then just like in like he's in the office, then he's in his car, then he's like at the window and the wife's like, honey, you're coming to bed, and he's like, yes, and then like turns around and walks away. It's that, but it's them just screaming, doing normal shit. Oh, that'd be so.
Picture it.
That'd be
hilarious.
so funny.
That's
We're gonna write that one down. Nobody steal that.
There's a SpongeBob game. I don't think it's an official SpongeBob. Actually, I know it's not an official SpongeBob game. It's called Mr. Krabs Overdoses on Ketamine.
You've seen this?
It's so fucking funny, dude.
SpongeBob, I've overdosed on ketamine.
It's so funny. It's fucked up. It's like a fever dream.
Yeah.
It's literally like people try to get like the world record of like the fastest time that he overdoses on ketamine. Like that's the whole goal is for you to go around, collect ketamine, go on these like road rages, kill people, and steal their ketamine because everyone walks around with ketamine vials in their pocket, and then you defeat this like evil plankton boss, but like it's all in your head and you're overdosing on ketamine. It's wild.
That's
so dark.
That's so weird that they were like, we're gonna put this in the SpongeBob universe.
Yeah, right.
Like what was the idea? Where
I
they
have
were
no
just
idea.
Like, this would make sense if it was Mr. Krabs.
Yeah.
Like, does it? Does that make sense?
Dude, no fucking idea. It's really funny though.
Dude, I remember one time we were like, I was in my apartment, like sitting at my computer, like I do, and like I heard like out in the living room, it was like my roommates and like their friends came over. This was way pre-COVID.
Yeah.
And I they were just having a conversation, and there was like a lull, and then I just heard, hey, you want some ketamine? And I was just like,
in the middle of the day?
this was at like 7 p.m.
Okay,
Still weird, but I was just like,
well, that's a 2 a.m. drug.
yeah, and I sat around, and I was like, what the fuck? And so like they like left, and like they came back, and I was like, yo, did that guy offer you ketamine? And he was like, no. And I was just like, then why did I hear ketamine? And he was just like, dude, I think like you're having a stroke. And I was just like, dude, I heard
gaslighting you?
I was just like, bro, I heard him offer you ketamine. I was like, don't do this to me. And he was like, no, they did not do that. And I was like,
they're like, are you a cop?
Are you a
have
narc?
to tell me if you're a cop.
Are you a
Because
cop?
if you
'Cause
are,
have to tell
they
me.
didn't offer me ketamine.
They didn't offer me ketamine.
You were gonna fucking just like call the cops.
Yeah.
Call for backup. Did he offer you ketamine, by the way? Yes. We fucking got him. Get in here, boys.
FBI, open up! God, I love that meme. It's so fucked up, but it's like so
good.
funny.
Yeah. It's really funny.
And like they put it on with like the wiggle effect
Yeah.
and like deep fry it a little bit. It's so funny.
Dude, my sense of humor is just fucking destroyed from shit like that.
Oh yeah,
Like,
same.
Why is that so funny to me?
There's something about like absurdity that is hilarious. Just
Yeah.
like in any scenario.
Yeah.
Like, and I kind of love that. I love like having a whole setup and then there's just like something fucking weird happens.
Yeah.
Or like somebody says something super weird. And I partly think that it's because of like SNL. I think like
Probably.
SNL kind of started that craze.
Yeah.
Where like, you know, all their sketches were like, you know, normal setup and then just a fucking bonkers thing happens,
Yeah.
or like it's actually this weird thing. And then like that just got taken to the extreme with like children's cartoons because they were just like, we gotta entertain them, let's just throw shit at them.
Yeah.
And then you get things like, you know, Adventure Time where it's just like literally the whole thing is absurd.
Yeah.
I love it, but it's like you get like stuff like that and then it just like keeps getting worse and worse, and then you have like the dark parts of the internet that just like take it to a whole new extreme.
Yeah.
I think that's like kind of like the way that it went, and I'd love to see like an anthropological
for sure.
anthropological like report
Yeah.
of somebody
like
like
an analysis on
yeah,
that shit.
like how comedy has evolved just because it's so weird.
It's bizarre.
It's so weird.
And like just it's Zoomer humor, dude. Gen Z shit
it's so
is
strange
wild to me.
and I don't want to like discount it because like it is funny.
Yeah.
Like on like the end at the end of the day, like I will laugh at that shit.
Oh,
but it's
yeah.
like I don't understand why I'm laughing at it. It's just weird.
Yeah, it's truly like, and anyone who doesn't have it around them constantly, like adults or like people who are just like not on like social media and shit, they'll see it and they don't think it's funny because it's not inherently funny. I don't know what it is. Like, is it just the exposure to it that you're like, oh, okay, I understand the appeal?
You build up a resistance,
right? And it's just like, oh, I get it, but I don't. But like, it's funny,
right?
But like, what is the difference between someone who thinks that's funny and someone who like sees it for the first time and they're like, what the
yeah,
you know? It's so interesting.
Yeah.
Like the subjectivity.
I mean,
of
like
it.
that's kind of like the way I felt when I first like started watching that stuff. Like YouTube haiku
Oh yeah,
was
love
kind of
YouTube
like
haiku.
when it hit me because I was watching it, I was like, this is ridiculous. It's like 6 seconds,
20-second video.
Yeah, and it's like just some random thing that's happening.
Yeah.
And then like I started watching it more, and I was like, this is hilarious.
Yeah.
I love this. And like that was kind of like my tipping point, and I was like, oh, this is.
I wonder if it has to do with like attention spans or like
maybe.
I don't know. It's wild.
I mean, I have pretty bad ADHD, so I don't really have an attention span.
You're like, this 6-second clip is perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like funny too, like as like I've started realizing it more and more and being like, oh, that's why I think like that.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh no. So
that's interesting.
Yeah, it's very strange. And I'm like, now that I have insurance again,
fuck yeah,
I'm like, let's go get this taken care of.
Yeah.
And like start let's work on some actionable things here. Let's start here and then go here
Good
and
shit.
here. So
good shit.
But dude, it's like, it's so strange because like even watching those, I think of like 4 other things at the same time. So it's like I'm ingesting this thing that's making me laugh, and then I'm thinking about like 4 other things that are also making me laugh.
That's wild.
Like every now and then, like I'll just ask like something to Megan, like I'll just be in the kitchen like eating something, and I'll just ask her a question, and she'll be like, "Where the fuck did that come from?" And I was like,
"Okay, here, this."
And I'm like, "Let me detail my line of thinking," and then like I go like through it like as I went like piece by piece, and she was like, how did you do all of those jumps? And I was like, it just happened. I don't know.
Wikipedia speed race in your head.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
That's pretty much what it was. I'm going to arrive at Adolf Hitler at some point.
Yeah.
And we're just going to see how fast I can get there.
And we'll just trace back the history and be like, oh, from here, from here.
Started with like Icelandic ice fishing. Yeah. And then I ended with Adolf Hitler. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
That's just normal.
So I went from there to Europe, to Germany, to Germanic history, to post 1940. Yeah.
And I only like just realized that that's not how everybody thinks. Like within like the last like 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Like I was like thinking about it, and I was like, how is nobody else ever arriving at the same conclusions that I am? Like it's so weird.
Yeah.
And like not to say like my conclusions are like mind-boggling or anything, but it's like I'm like how do people not get to these points that I do? And I realized it's because I have ADHD.
What made you realize that's why?
Well, because I kept talking with Megan, and Megan kept bringing up, she was like, how are you thinking that?
Yeah.
Like, how do you get there? That's so strange to me. And then I was like, oh, this isn't normal.
Yeah.
So I started like diving more into it and like talked to like a couple of like my psychiatry friends, and I was like, what is this? I was like, is this like not normal? And they're like, no, but those are like all like the very basic symptoms of ADHD.
Yeah.
And I was like, huh.
Oh, fuck.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. And it makes sense like tracing it all the way back to like when I was a kid too. And like the way that I used to think then, and I was like, fuck, okay, so this just is a problem. I was like, this is just a thing I gotta deal with. But now I'm like, all right, cool, we got some insurance, let's go.
We got the info, we know what the deal is.
Yeah, just try to like fucking get around that shit. We're gonna be fine. But yeah, it was weird. Like it took me until I was like 25 to realize it.
I mean, like, does the way you think about things like bother you, or no? I mean, it shouldn't.
Not really. The thing that bothers me the most is that I can't focus.
Okay.
Like so, for instance, like when I'm sitting there, like working on an edit, for instance, like right now I'm working on a music video.
Yeah.
And the problem is, I'm like thinking about the scene, like this one specific part. I'm like, okay, how can I go from here, here, here? How can I utilize like this effect? How can I bring this into it,
right,
et cetera, et cetera. But then I'm also thinking about doing that in 4 other parts of the video.
Gotcha.
So like I'll shift to one and shift to another one, or I'll be thinking about, oh, maybe I should put on like some rain sound effects, like just to help me like think. And then I'll go and do that, and then I'll be like, oh, that's a cool video, and then I'll like watch that and like get on like all these tangents and stuff. And that's been like the hardest part. Is like, and that's how it's always been. Like I have to like at work, for instance, I have like Twitch streams open. Because if I have something that when my attention span leaves and I go to that'll
stay on that rather than like going to this, to this, to
Yeah.
this. I got you.
So I can be like, oh, that's a thing. I should watch that for a little bit. All right, back to work. And then like that's kind of like how I mitigate it. And it helps a lot. But it's like, it's just frustrating that like that's how I have to do it. Like I can't just focus, sit down and work on something. So it's like, now I'm like, maybe I should try some medication instead of like thinking problems. Because like, we'll see if that works, scale it back. And if it doesn't work, we'll try doing like some other like reframing stuff. But yeah, dude, it's rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it always has been. And like part of me thinks like, man, like if I would have like gotten like help for it earlier, like how would have things changed?
Did you like just realize you had ADHD then when you talked to your friends?
Yeah, probably like last summer was kind of when I started being like, I think this is probably what it is. And so I started like asking them, and they're like, yeah,
sounds like it.
They're like, yeah, that's like it's probably that or like a combination of like some other things with it. And they're like, honestly, maybe try medication. Like see if that helps. And if it's, if it's too much, obviously dial it back. If it doesn't help, get off it. Go do some just like therapy sessions about it. And I was like,
that's interesting.
Yeah, that's a pretty good idea. Yeah. And I always like the idea of starting. Like I'm not like against medication in any way, shape, or form. And I think like for a lot of people, that's like that is the solution. Like you just have like an imbalance in your head. Like that's just how it is. But I always like the idea of doing like a combination, especially for like mental health stuff, where it's like, okay, get on some medication, start pretty high, work with a therapist, and like kind of start seeing like, okay, like is the medication a detriment? Is it not helping? Like start scaling it back or like get rid of it altogether, and then like just keep doing the therapy, because I think it just works better when it's together. Like if you're just taking medication for stuff, like sure that'll help on a certain level, but like it doesn't go deep enough.
Yeah, I got you.
And these are just obviously my personal beliefs. Everything's different for other people. Don't take what I think or say as the end all be all. These are just what I think is, what works best.
Yeah.
So like that's kind of a thing that I think. So I'm like, all right, let's kick it off. Let's go get like a full diagnosis, get on something, try it for a little bit, do some changes if needed, keep going with a therapist, talk with them about it, see kind of like how to manage it a little better. So that's kind of my goal for like this year is
good goal.
Trying to fix that. Not necessarily fix it, but like, try to mitigate it a little better.
Yeah.
So
maybe understand it a little more.
Exactly.
That might help mitigate things. Yeah.
And that's been super helpful. But like you start like reading like articles about shit and they're just like, well, it could be ADHD or it could be cancer. And I'm like, what?
WebMD.
Yeah.
WebMDing yourself, bro.
Exactly.
That shit is...
I'm like, do I have a brain tumor? I was like, what's happening here?
Yeah, your occipital lobe might just be non-existent, actually. You might have half of a brain.
Bro, your amygdala, gone. You just don't have it.
Just your brain stem. Your brain doesn't connect to anything in your body. Do you ever think about that? No, you can't think about that because your brain doesn't connect.
Your brain's actually connected by an old USB port. We actually have to change that out to a Thunderbolt.
Your data transfer speeds are too fucking low. We need to up it.
Your write speeds, like 10 gigabit. You're up, like, your fucking read speeds, 3.
Wow.
3 what? 3. What?
3.
3.
Yep, they're 3. Fuck.
Okay, shit. All right. Well, I guess we got to fix that then, don't we? Dude, there's so much sand in my car.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the worst part about the beach, bro.
That was like I pulled all this shit out like to come up here, and as I pulled it out, it was just sand, and I was
Indiana
like, "Fuck."
Jones shit, dude.
It's like, where's the totem?
The best part about going to the beach is being at the beach. The worst part is literally every other part of going to the beach.
Dude.
Getting there, parking, walking in the sand, picking shit up.
I hate the beach.
It's so overrated.
I fucking hate beaches.
Literally, people are always like, "Oh, you live by the beach? Well, I would be there every fucking day." No, you wouldn't.
No.
Absolutely.
It takes you 2 hours to get there. Parking's $45 fucking dollars. Then you have to find a spot, and you end up next to some dude who's like covered in sunscreen for some goddamn reason. It just smells like alcohol.
Yeah.
And then like you're just sitting there, everybody's screaming. There's children. Who the fuck wants that? Then you have to like deal with the water that's way too fucking cold.
Yeah.
So like you're too hot.
In the water.
Yeah, you're too hot sitting there in the sun. So you got to get up, walk your sandy ass feet over to the water. You stand in the water for a little bit and you're like, this is too fucking cold. So you walk back, you get even more sand stuck to you.
Yeah.
And then you're just sitting there. And then to get it off, you have to like towel it off, and it's just rubbing sandpaper against your skin. And then you go home and you're just sunburnt and tired. There's no upside to the beach other than the fact that you're outside.
That's literally sit outside in some grass.
And I know that like every time I tell Megan that I hate the beach, she's like, I don't get how you hate the beach. Like, because Megan like loves to just kind of like chill and like lay out and stuff like that. I'm like, I can't do that. I panic.
Yeah, I can't just go and sit at the beach.
It's the worst. Dude.
I'm like, bro, where's the stimuli? I need it.
There's so many other things. There are a billion other things that I would rather be doing than sitting on a beach.
If I'm gonna sit somewhere, I'm gonna sit myself in front of my computer and play a game.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit my ass in front of my computer and pull up a video of the beach.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I'm like, this is fine.
Yeah.
This is great.
Exactly.
This is a good time.
Man, the beach sucks, bro.
It does.
Low key, fuck the beach, bro.
It's so bad. Like maybe if I liked maybe if I was rich enough to own like a boat, that'd be kind of cool. Except open water kind of scares me.
I hate open water, man.
Like the every time I'm like when we would like go to like New Buffalo and stuff like that. You know, sometimes we go walk on the beach, which you know, like sometimes the beach, like you need it. You know, every now and then you're like, okay, yeah, I could fuck with the beach right now, but like. Every time I was there, I'd be like walking and like the beaches there is just like rock. Yeah. So you're just like walking on like your feet hurt and then like you look out and it's just like nothing.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I'm very uncomfortable.
It's wild. It's like
so
a liminal
weird.
Space. It's so fucking
Dude,
nuts. There's like no one around. It's like quiet. Yeah. There's like no waves because it's barely any waves because it's a fucking lake.
Yeah. Dude, I've been like super into like liminal like artwork recently, like because I found it and like I'd never had a word for it, right?
Yeah.
So it was like every time there's like a couple of like artists and stuff I follow on Twitter that like will post stuff kind of like that. Do you follow Tie Dyed?
I don't think so.
Okay, so he's kind of like a photo artist. I don't want to say like multimedia artist, but I don't necessarily want to say photographer because like he does like a lot of like additions to the photos to make them kind of like eerie and stuff like that, and like. I was always like looking at stuff and I was like, dude, these are so sick. Like these are so great. He finally opened a print shop, so I'm gonna buy a couple. And like his stuff, like straight up one of my like favorite artists. And every time he posts something, I'm like, this is so like I just feel weird looking at it. It's like, what is this? And then finally, I was talking with one of my friends who's a game artist, and he was just like, yeah, I've been like working on like these like kind of maps that are like liminal spaces. And I was like, what's a liminal space? And he was like, oh, it's like, you know, like a hallway or something like that. Like it makes you feel like you're in a transitional period. And I was like. I was like, oh, that's what that is. And that was like kind of when I figured it out. And dude, it's just so
airports
so cool.
At night, bro. That shit's
so weird,
wild to me. I love it, but I hate it at the same time.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to like the Detroit airport at night? So like you're sitting there and like that weird tram like goes across and there's like nobody in it and you're just like.
It's so weird, man. It's so weird.
It's so strange.
Dude, have you seen? Speaking of digital art, fucking these people selling NFTs.
Yeah,
what that is. Have you heard about that?
Dude, have you seen all of like Beeple's numbers?
Yes. Well, it was just broken. His record was just broken by a guy that I know, actually, a music artist, dude.
Oh wait, who was it?
His name is Blau.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So NFTs are fucking wild. I
don't get it.
Truly know why someone would spend this much money on a piece of digital art. That is literally so. For those of you who don't know, an NFT stands for non-fungible token.
Which sounds like a made-up word. It sounds like you're talking about like a mushroom.
Yeah, fungi. Non-fungi token.
They just send you a mushroom.
Yeah. And it basically means, so like, you would own the original of something digital. It only exists online. So for example, a real world like equivalent would be like, going to an auction and like bidding on a Picasso painting or something like that. Like the same Picasso painting, like there's prints of it that you can buy at like the museum gift shop for like $30 or whatever, right? But the original Picasso painting sells for hundreds of millions of dollars, right? So that's the same concept with like this digital art and like game shit and stuff like that. So like you own like the quote unquote original copy, right? Like obviously you can go and stream a song, or you can go and look at this on Instagram, but you don't own the original. So that's like the whole allure of it, is what from my understanding, is like just these super rich crypto dudes who are like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, I want to own the actual fingerprint to that. Like, and so they're paying through the nose. So Beeple, he makes incredible 3D art, super weird, very like, you know, on the nose, very political, very whatever. It's very good.
And he's been doing it every day
for like 5,000 days or something.
Yeah, for like 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
Like he makes a new render every day.
Yeah.
It's wild. And they're all incredible.
Yeah, it's super cool. Beeple, check him. Beeple Crap, I think, on Instagram.
Yep. He was at Corridor Digital once. They like did a video with him.
I saw that.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, super cool. So he, up until yesterday, or maybe 2 days ago, his NFT transaction was the biggest in NFT history, which has been probably like a month. Not very long. But it was a 10-second video of people, like this digital render of people walking by this like grassy meadow with like a fucking weird blob figure with graffiti on it or some shit like that. This guy bought the NFT for it, right? For like $60,000, and then resold that NFT at an auction for $6.6 million. It's fucking absurd.
It's so wild.
$6.5 million for a 10-second video that you can watch on Instagram for free. It's truly fucking... I don't understand the appeal. But anyways, so, I mean, I guess it's just like, art collection, I suppose.
Yeah. But it's like... You can literally look at it anytime. Like if you wanted to, you could like buy a frame, download it, and then put it on the wall. Like the only thing you buy it for is the clout.
Sure. Oh, 100%.
Which is just
I
weird.
own the fucking blockchain to the like. It's wild. So up until yesterday, people had the biggest, most expensive transaction on the NFT blockchain, but this guy who makes music, like electronic music, his goes by the name of Blau.
He's pretty popular.
Yeah, he's
like,
pretty
he's
popular.
a pretty big
Like,
name.
he's like a household as far as
like Rory Kramer did a bunch of video and photo work for him.
Yeah, he's like a Chainsmokers, Tiesto kind of type house pop guy.
Yeah.
And so he listed his album from 3 years ago, mind you. I think it was called Ultraviolet, from 3 years ago on an NFT auction site. And prices were going up. He said it for like a day. The auction was like a day. First of all, it reached about $1 million, which is nuts. It's nuts. It's an insane number for a body of work for anything. It's an insane number. It reached $1 million. He wasn't satisfied with that number. So what he did, when the auction got down to like the last 3 minutes,
he upbid his own thing.
No,
damn it.
That's what I thought too. But what he did was, in order to like hype it up, incentivize people, I don't know, anytime someone outbid someone else, like mind you, this is the last 3 minutes of the auction, so people are watching it at this point. Whenever someone outbid someone else, it set the timer back to 3 minutes. And it did that for the next 48 hours until it got to $11 million that he sold his album for. That, holy shit, mind you, is an album that you can go stream on Spotify for free. You can download it on iTunes for $1 a song. Someone bought the token for this album, and then he's gonna send them a vinyl, I suppose. So that'll be their original vinyl, whatever. I'd fucking send someone 10 vinyls if they bought something for $12 million off me. So that is now the most expensive blockchain NFT transaction.
How much do you think he made off of that album when he like sold it and then
toured it?
Yeah.
At that point, 3 years ago, I don't know, maybe $500,000, maybe.
Wow.
Which is still a lot of money.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because he was 3 years ago, this guy was touring like crazy. Like 2017 was like the peak. Like this album was like a big album for him, whatever. It's a great album. He was playing big shows, whatever. So probably all in all, with the album sales, with the marketing, and with the tour, I'd say he probably made $500,000 to $1 million.
Wild. And he just fucking crushed that.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Dude, that's so sick. That was good
wild.
for him.
I know.
That whole like resetting, that's such a good idea.
Yeah.
That's wild.
It is. It's a great idea.
Holy shit. Good for him. That's so
Isn't
sick.
that nuts? I mean, he didn't have to do anything else. He didn't have to make new music for it. He just like, this is my album. You can have the original copy.
That's wild, dude. That is insane.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's crazy.
Like the weird thing about it too is that like, where does this kind of bring digital art into not necessarily the mainstream, but kind of like in the same vein as like traditional fine art? Like,
I guess.
I guess like what's the argument there? Because people for a while, like especially like painters and stuff like that, there was like kind of them looking down on people who were like digital painters. Mm-hmm. So people who were like painting in like Photoshop and stuff.
Right.
They were like, oh, that's not real. It's not the same thing. So like it was always kind of like lower on the totem pole. But like now you can buy those physical things, which was kind of what would set you apart from the other thing. Like, yeah, you could buy a print of it, or you can buy a poster, whatever.
Right.
But like, are they kind of in the same vein now? They're trading for this much money. Like they're going to auctions for all of this.
Right.
Like, is it now in the same vein? I already think it's already fucking stupid to like hold one art form higher than the other. Like
that's silly. It's
that's
an elitist.
like
It's such an elitist thing to do.
And it's like not the point of fucking art.
Right.
So it's like weird to me that people would do that. But like, that's crazy, dude. Like this really like sets a whole new precedent for digital artwork.
Yeah.
Like, do you think now, because like, you know, photographers and stuff like that would sell their photos, you know, like Ansel Adams, like a bunch of his like landscapes and stuff would go to auction and stuff like that. They would buy those prints. You know, a lot of photographers sell prints of their work and stuff like that. Do you think like now we could start seeing like them doing this, where like a relatively unknown photographer could like potentially make like millions of dollars off an NFT of their photo?
Yeah,
that's wild.
Probably.
That's so
I mean,
sick.
like, not that these people who are making this amount of money are unknown. Like, clearly they have a following,
right.
but like, I mean, even like on my Facebook page, like I know some digital artists that they're not like big digital artists. They just love to make digital art, and they're like, "Yo, guys, I'm started posting shit on Foundation, which is like the main kind of marketplace for NFTs," and they're raking in like tens of thousands of dollars,
dude. Good for
per
them.
piece.
That's so
nuts.
sick.
Yeah,
especially for like a medium that traditionally doesn't make a lot of money until you hit like a level.
Yeah,
you know?
I know.
Like that's so sick. Like the barrier
it's
of
a
entry
really
is
cool
like
step,
lower now.
like stepping stone now for these people.
Yeah. Now the converse side to that is that, okay, now we have a whole bunch of these people who were like down here. If we're looking at like financial well-being / like notoriety of these artists, you have a bunch of people that were down here that are now making the same amount of money as the people up here.
Right.
So does this now lift the market and make everything more expensive?
I don't know.
Like
It could.
That's like an interesting thing to think about. So like you can start thinking like, oh, so if this is going to rise, you could see like maybe Adobe, like they would start making a lot more money because you're gonna have a lot of people going out and
I want to make NFTs and sell them for this much, so now
they'd be
Adobe
buying
ups their
After
subscription
Effects
price.
So like they would up their subscription price, or you know, like Adobe stock could soar because like people are buying the stuff.
That's
more.
what people are thinking, that like think there's going to start having effects like that, where like stock is going to go up, or the whole reason why, not the whole reason, but like a big reason why all these like big crypto bigwigs are like buying into these NFTs is because it generates hype in the market, and that's literally what drives the price of these like quote unquote non-tangible coins like Bitcoin shit. That's what drives them up, is the hype and the circulation.
Right, that makes sense.
So like they own all these assets in crypto, more hype, they put more money into crypto and shit, and then the price of the crypto that they own goes up, and they don't have to do shit.
That's so wild, dude.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. I love that shit so much.
It's super cool, man. This new medium is fucking wild. And like another thing people are doing is like, I think it's happening a lot with the open source games, but like people will own an NFT for like a level that doesn't come with the game or something like that.
Interesting.
And then people will rent out being able to play the level or some shit like that.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
And especially since like modding and like custom maps is so big in like the VR space and stuff too. Like that could, you know, bring in a lot more people like trying that shit out or making some new stuff in there. Ooh, that's wild.
It's super cool.
It's such a weird Wild West that we live in.
Yeah.
And it's also like kind of beautiful that it's like there was like a technological advancement that got us to a point, and now it's like the artistic creative advancement that led us to this thing that is now elevating the artistic and creative advancement even further. So it's like, it's kind of weird like watching all these things like interconnect, where it's like, you know, art traditionally was like this kind of elitist like area that you couldn't really step in, and then technology made it kind of for everybody, and then like it slowly kind of got back to that elitism thing, and now it's just kind of like, oh, everybody can do this again. So it's like this weird kind of like starting and restepping, and it's kind of
cool.
kind of neat.
It's super cool. Yeah.
Wow.
So
good for Blau.
Look up NFTs. Do some research, because they're very, like, regardless of if you're into art, digital art, crypto, whatever. It's just a very interesting concept. It's a very interesting read. You know, you can Bloomberg has like a 20-second article you can read.
Makes sense to me. But.
Yeah, I don't understand the hype. I don't understand like wanting to own the original of something, but that's just me. Yeah. That's just me. Like I you know, it might be me coming from a place of like, I don't have $10 million to drop on something I could buy for 10 on iTunes.
Right. And also it's like, it seems a little arbitrary, because like, cool, you own the token of this thing, but like, the artist still owns the original, and like
Right.
other people can still reproduce it. So it's just kind of like, oh, you paid this amount of money
Right.
to have this thing, basically just to say that you have this thing.
And it's not like you can like walk into someone's house and be like, oh, you have an original Picasso. It's like, oh, you own the songs, you own these songs. Like no one's gonna, you can't just
exactly.
like, how do you show it?
Right, like you're gonna like put it up on the wall, like hang it, and be like, okay, here's this thing.
Hello, you're live on air.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Hi, Miss Ortega.
Oh no, it's not time. I'm so sorry. Hi.
I love you. I'll give you a call back later.
Wait, but maybe I want to be famous. Maybe I'll stay on the line. Okay, I love you. Talk to you later.
I love you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Aw, get a cameo from Mama Ortega.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
Oh, that'd be really funny.
we can get her on like a Skype screen and like put her behind us. That'd be really funny. Have people call in.
That would be hilarious.
That would be really funny.
She was so upset. Oh no, I'm so sorry.
That was so sweet. Oh my
that was
god.
awesome.
Oh, what a time.
That was funny.
Dude, how are your parents?
They're good, man. Well, my dad has to get knee surgery, which came out of nowhere.
Like just
honestly.
cuz?
Yeah, that he got an MRI. His knee's been bothering him. He got an MRI like last week, and they said that like he has like it's destroyed. His like tendons are like fucked up because he thinks it's from a skateboarding accident from like 10 years ago when I took him to the skate park, when I forced him to chaperone me to the skate park, and then I made him go down a ramp.
He's blaming you for
Yes. He's like, I shouldn't have gone down that ramp. I'm like, you went down the fucking. I don't know, man.
I was 10. What do you want?
So he thinks that like kind of spurred it, but he said recently it's been really bothering him. And what the doctor said was that a knee replacement is inevitable. So he can either now get preventative surgery that will just kind of prolong him needing to get their knee replacement for another like 20 years.
Or just get it.
Or get it.
Yeah.
So he's just going to get the preventative thing because in 20 years he's going to be like in his mid 70s. He's
Right.
not going to be needing.
Who
He's not
gives
going
a
to be
shit at
working,
that
whatever.
point?
But
Yeah.
now he needs. He's going to be working and shit.
Right.
And the recovery process for the preventative surgery is like a week or two versus a whole knee replacement. You need physical therapy. You need
Right.
whatever. So he's just
Right.
taking the.
Is he still doing like landscaping and stuff?
No, he was never a landscaper. He was you racist piece of shit. I'm just fucking with you. I'm just fucking with you. He
For some reason, I just like always thought that that's like what he was doing. For some
no,
reason.
he's electrical / mechanical engineering stuff. And right now he's
sick.
He,
Okay. So it's not a whole lot of like stuff that he's like.
he doesn't
up
need
and
to be
down
up
and,
and
working
on his feet. No,
Okay,
he can
cool.
work like from a desk. But
Cool.
like a lot of the time, like what they'll have him do is go like he like tests these machines and like sets them up at like work sites for people. So like sometimes they need him to go to the work site,
got it,
set
yeah.
it up, and give them the whole rundown, whatever.
yeah,
So he
that's a
won't be
lot
able
of
to
shit.
do that. But it's only 2 weeks. And,
Okay.
So he'll be good.
Wow, that's actually like a real quick turnaround for knee surgery.
Yeah,
Fuck.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah, because they're just going in, they're just scraping some shit out, which seems horrible. I know. It's really gross the way they described it. They're scraping some shit, and then he's good to go.
Is it like probably like his meniscus or something? Then
Something like that. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Weird, dude. Well, hey, I hope it helps him.
I hope it helps him too. Yeah, because
Fuck.
currently he said he like wakes up in the middle of the night like because it hurts so bad. Yeah, I know.
sucks.
I know. I can't even. It's
Poor
coming out
guy.
of nowhere. Like the last
Wild.
3 weeks, he's just like, wow, my knee really hurts.
I wonder what set it off.
I don't know.
That's so wild. That's
I
so
have no
weird.
idea. Yeah,
Shit. Damn.
it's weird.
Papa Ortega just taking a knee.
Taking a knee. Yeah. Taking some fat L's, bro.
Damn. Hey, well he'll be fine.
Yeah,
Jesus.
he'll be good.
Oof.
He'll be good. It just
Everybody, let's get some F's and W's in the chat.
get some F dubs
for Nick's
my dad. Fucking wild.
Ugh.
He'll be good.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
Let me. I had another point. Where the fuck is it?
I feel like out of anybody who could like take knee surgery, I think your dad's gonna be fine.
He'll be fine. Yeah, he's built different.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
He's built different. Did you hear? There's this new kind of COVID test that instead of the nasal swab. Right?
Oh, is it? Yeah. Keep going.
Did you hear about it?
I think I did.
It's a very specific like guy who's like quote unquote pioneered the test or whatever. He's like some Dutch guy, And of course he's some Dutch guy.
Yeah.
And he made like a chamber that you go in and you scream.
All right, that's not what I thought it was.
No, what did you think it was?
I thought it was like an anal test.
Oh.
Which I feel like I heard somewhere. Maybe I'm making that up, but
Isn't it a respiratory thing?
yeah, that was my
They go all the way up your butt to your lungs.
Is those connect?
I don't know. It's a really long pole.
They just push it through everything. They just kill you.
Holy shit.
Well, you're cured.
You're like, hey, he doesn't have COVID.
He's just dead now.
He's dead,
man. It's
but
fine.
he doesn't have COVID.
You just go into a room and scream.
You go into this chamber, and he said you can either go in and scream or sing really loudly, and all the particles in like from your breath or whatever, they'll test your COVID that way.
It's like not soundproof too, so everybody can hear
There's
it.
actually a mic in there, so like people can hear it. But people went in and he did like a whole test, like he's trying to. I don't know what he's trying to do. I truly don't. But he had like a whole test group, and they went in and they screamed.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Does he have like any results from it?
Not yet. I just read it this morning. But
Could you imagine? They're like, all right, now step into this big giant fucking metal tube and just yell,
scream.
just like
Get all your frustrations out. Anything you want.
They put like a punching bag in there, and they're just like, all right, just beat the shit out. It's
People
like,
end up getting COVID from the punching bag.
yeah. Have you seen the video of that? Like, it's like the congressman from like North Carolina or something. Like the pretty alt-right like white supremacist dude in the wheelchair.
No.
So it's like him just like out in the forest just punching a tree and like it's like breaking apart.
Is it real?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And it's just like him like punching the tree, which is like kind of like a UFC thing. Like, they were comparing it and they were just like, first of all, that tree's rotten. So like any time that you hit it, it's gonna break. Like this isn't really like showcasing your like strength.
Was that what it was supposed to be?
Yeah, like it's the whole thing about like the Republicans having to show that they're like manly, macho, strong man. It's just like bro, your legs don't work.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? I just put a stick through that, you're done. Like I don't get.
Oh my god.
I don't get what you're trying to prove here, my guy.
Holy shit, bro! I go up one stair in my house, you can't even get me.
Yeah, it's like the equivalent of like the 7 foot tall dude just like holding his hand out, and, like the dude just like flailing.
Exactly.
But they like put it up against like one of like the female UFC fighters who like she like did that somewhere of her just like punching a tree.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said female. What the fuck?
The female
Dude,
specimen.
There's a whole thing about like the red flags. So, like if
People
dude,
who say female.
yeah, like if dudes like refer to women as females, it's just like you're out.
It's
Like,
just so
we're
weird.
done.
to
It
me.
is.
It's such a weird word.
But like the dude is like doing this, and then somebody put up like the video next to it of like she's punching like a live fucking thick tree,
Holy shit.
bare fisted, and as she's like hitting it, just like taking off chunks of the wood, like just ripping it apart. And I was like watching it, and they were just like, all right, so now, and this dude like did like a tensile strength thing. He was like, this is the type of tree it is. This is the breaking force for it. This is the shear force that you need to do this. She must be generating this much amount of force in like each of her punches. And I was like,
Holy shit.
and I was like, oh my fucking god.
No, thanks.
And like there was another one too that they put it against it, where it's like her doing like the stopping your punches, you know? So like as it goes up, you like stop it like an inch away from the thing, right? And she's doing that like you can't even like see her fists because she's going so fast. And I was just like, this is probably the most terrifying like human being I've ever seen.
That's
and then like
crazy.
they compared it to this dude who's just like punching like a rotten like broken tree, and I was like, bro, what are you doing?
That's so
It's
funny.
so weird, man.
It's
There's
so
like this
odd.
the whole like machismo thing with like the
Yeah.
Republicans, and it's just so fucking weird to me, man. It's like,
know.
why? It doesn't
Manly
prove
man,
anything.
The whole the whole manly man thing. I don't understand what the whole point of like you ever see those memes that are like men these days are like never compared to men like men today, men in the 20s like fucking
Yeah, because the men in the 20s were drinking themselves
Yeah.
into a stupor because
Yeah.
that was how they could live with their emotions.
Yeah.
Sorry.
like I don't understand. I don't get
It's
it.
weird. Like Megan was talking with one of her coworkers, and this was like the same day that the conversation we were having earlier. And this guy was like, "How do you like deal with like a man crying?" And she was like, "I don't know, give him a hug, like the same way you would like fucking deal with anybody crying." And they're just like, "Yeah, but like, isn't it weird like when a guy cries?" And she's like, "No, the fuck is wrong with you?" And I was like,
weird when a guy cries.
"Yeah," I was like, "That's just such a weird thing to like think
Yeah,
about."
because
Where
dudes
it's just
don't have tear ducts. Actually, it's crazy. Like if you see a guy crying, he's broken. Like
he
he
like
has a
actually
birth
has,
defect.
Yeah, he
He's
like
broken
actually has
his
something
eyes.
wrong with him.
Yeah.
Like he needs to go get that fixed. They just like
seal up your tear
cauterize
ducts.
your fucking tear ducts.
Ah.
That I didn't want to. Picture that.
And then when you cry, it just builds up, and you just have these big sacs in your cheeks.
They have to like pop them. Oh.
All this salinated water. Yuck.
All right, we're done with that.
Yuck.
Moving on. But yeah, man, this shit's weird. The whole machismo thing, the whole like strong
It's so
men
silly.
is stupid.
Yeah.
Calm down.
I don't understand it.
Calm the fuck down, everybody.
I
Jesus
don't get
Christ.
it, bro. I don't get it, dude. You know what I mean?
Fucking weird, man.
This shit doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, I'm a dude, but I'm not gonna fight a bear, but like, I'm still a dude. You
Yeah,
know?
but I'm gonna go hit those sick breakers, dude.
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm talking about. With the white slappies.
The white slappies. I'm gonna put that on a t-shirt, just white slappies.
White slappies.
Which actually might be taken the wrong way.
yeah, I don't know about that.
Dude, I saw a thing that was on Reddit today that was like like Japanese idols and stuff like that, when they do like these handshaking events, like don't physically shake the hands anymore. They have like little things that they like shake people's hands with, because dudes would like show up, go to the bathroom, masturbate, and like come on their hands, and then go shake their hands. Yeah. And it was like they showed like photos of like the people like reacting when like they figured it out, and it's like
Just like as a prank, like, yo, you just got fucking cum.
because it's just like, oh, this is like my idol, like I need to like give her a tribute or some shit like that. I don't fucking know. But like, yeah, that was like there's like a whole thing, and like they like were detailing like it's not an isolated incident. Like it wasn't just one person who did it to one of these idols. It was like multiple people across like multiple like artists and stuff like that. It was. I was just like,
You
dude,
just got spunked.
you just
so
got
weird.
cummed. It's
That's
weird.
so weird,
It's
bro.
so weird. So like people like had a photo of them like doing this thing, and like all the comments were like, they're like, why even have like a handshaking event if you're not going to shake their hands? And then like the response on there was like, this is why. And I was like,
Ew. What a weird thing to do.
so weird, man.
Absolutely like assault too, I feel like.
Oh yeah, oh it absolutely is. Nobody wants cum is awful.
No one wants that in
Like
their hands.
no one wants that anywhere. It's the worst part of everything. And like you just think that that's a good, like I would die having it on my hand in any realm whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like I would implode.
Yeah.
So like having to do that and then walking out, waiting in line.
Like a fucking like.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Nah,
dude.
I'm good.
You shake
Right,
up.
you're
and it's
waiting
just-
in line. It's just.
Yeah, it's like there for like a prolonged period of time, man. Like any time that happens, it's like I'm immediately like, all right, we gotta clean this up. All right, I'll be right back. Here's some shit. All right.
Check your phone.
Yeah.
It's all over your phone.
Dude, it's the
God.
worst thing in the world. You'd have to like stand there like this, and people are like, why are you standing like that? I was like, oh, there's
worry
cum
about
on my hand. Yeah.
Oh, you too? Yeah, me too. Oh shit, bro, what's good?
And there's like some dude in the front. He's like,
Yo, dude, you got the sperm hand too? Fuck yeah, dude. You got the fucking muff mitts.
the
yes.
commies. Oh god. Ew.
Holy shit, that's so gross, bro.
Oh god, I hate it. I was like, where's
Like,
this going?
speaking of cum, what? Ew, gross. Tell me more.
But like, actually, like, do we have photos?
All right, this is. All right, this is kind of this is fucked up a little bit, but I laughed. I will admit that I laughed when I saw the title.
We're all gonna be uncomfortable together. This is a group effort.
My girlfriend thinks it's funny to send me flashing images. I have epilepsy. What's the fuck? First of all,
What?
it's so fucked up, bro.
It's like one thing to like
It's so
send
fucked
them something that's just like, oh, it's gonna be like an unexpected thing that they hate.
Yeah.
But like, bro, this sends them to the hospital. What?
Fuck, dude, that's so fucked up.
It'd be really funny if he didn't put it in the title. It's just like,
Yeah.
she thinks it's funny to send me flashing images. Like goes through the whole story, and then at the very end just be like, I have epilepsy and went to the hospital.
Oh
just like
my
have all of
God.
this for just like this crazy payoff.
Holy shit.
Oh, that'd be incredible. He's a sleepy boy on this
Sleepy boy.
Sunday afternoon.
So I've had epilepsy for as long as I can remember. It was never an issue growing up. It was identified and diagnosed early, and it never really bothered me. It just meant that I had to turn on the epilepsy-friendly settings on games and look away when a flashing lights warning came up.
So Cyberpunk would have fucking destroyed this guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a heads up, epilepsy is a condition in which the person can't view flashy images, blah, blah, blah. This varies, but that's what happens to me. My girlfriend is perfect. We've been together for 3 years.
Good for you.
I've never told her about my epilepsy. That's interesting.
I feel like that should have been.
Wouldn't it come up at some point? Like y'all are
Yeah.
watching a movie or some shit, and you're like, "Oh, actually, you have to close my eyes real quick."
Like, how do you not tell anybody for that long a time something that can potentially send you to the hospital?
right? Y'all ain't never been to like a Halloween party or anything like that. Babe, come on, my
you've
friends
never
are
been to
throwing
like
a party. No, I can't
yeah,
go.
you've never been to like a haunted house,
Right.
You've never been to like a concert,
Never been, right?
like
What
what?
are you doing? How
Yeah.
has this not come up in 3 years?
Yeah, exactly. That's so
Babe,
strange.
let's go to this fucking Post Malone concert. No, I can't. I actually can't, babe. No, come on, he's your favorite.
Hey, you want to go check out my friend's new show? He's a VJ. And like he makes music. No,
Like a
no, like he
vagina?
like flashes lights and stuff like that. You know, like visual jockey. Oh yeah, no, I can't do
go.
that.
Can't
Yeah,
do that.
no.
Babe, I just got this really sick flashlight. Check it out. No.
Could you imagine being so stoked about a flashlight to show somebody it? Like, look, it has 4 different settings, and like the last one like flips on, he just falls down. Fuck. I feel like that might have been a little offensive. But...
Oh no.
Oh god,
I'm
dude.
sorry.
That's so fucked.
Anyways, I've never told her about this, blah, 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 blah. She was showing me a video. Okay, a few months back, she was showing me this video. It was some festival, and I told her I didn't want to see it. She kept prompting me, and I explained how I have epilepsy, and I don't want to see it. This resulted in her not believing me initially. She just didn't believe me, no matter
Well, I mean,
what
you-
I said.
yeah,
you
were
hit it for 3 years,
Yeah,
and you're like, all of a
exactly.
sudden, I have epilepsy. I mean,
Right.
I'd be a little skeptical as well. She kept persisting and telling me to look to prove it. I've never had a fit before. I've had a fit before, and I can tell you it felt like I was dying. I'm not trying to go through that again.
Understandable.
She sent me a meme video, which I thought was pretty innocent until I opened it and found a disco of flashing lights going off. I dropped my phone and she found it hilarious, stating how she can't believe I can't actually look at all the flashes and it's so childish. Bro, what? What a piece of shit,
That is a
ableist piece of
neurological
fucking...
disorder. Like, you can't.
Oh my god, bro.
What?
That's fucked.
Okay, so real quick, first off, she sucks.
I have dyslexia and my girlfriend loves having me read the dictionary to her. She thinks it's hilarious that I can't pronounce words.
I can't smell them. My girlfriend loves to take me to the fucking Bed Bath & Beyond. Bed Bath & Beyond? Bath and Body Works.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, smell this. I'm
Smell
like,
this. Oh god, I can't. Oh, it's so cute how he says that, isn't it?
that's like, unironically, like, it actually is very funny when, like, Megan forgets. Because she'll, like, buy
so good,
candles.
so good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she'll, like, buy candles and just be like, oh, this smells so good. You want to try it? And I'm just like, and she's like,
Yes.
sets it back down.
I
I'm like,
remember.
thanks.
That's holy shit. She's blah blah blah. So she'll randomly send me flashing images disguised as memes, and she'll find it hilarious.
That's so...
Despite
that's
explaining the
abuse.
risks, and it 100% is. Despite explaining the risks involved, she always laughs it off, saying, "Oh, you'll be fine. Stop it." I don't open her messages anymore, and she's mad at me, despite explaining exactly why. She's now
You'll be fine.
she's now angry that I never told her about my condition earlier. It's not exactly something I'm proud of. She says how she's been planning for us to go to some music festival and it's ruined now because I can't tolerate the lights. All right, bitch, cry some more. She told all her friends that they all say how it's so unreal and no way he must be lying. I regret. Have they never met a person
Who are
before?
these people?
What, just the absolute worst people
Yeah.
ever. Just
How
fucking
have you
Regina
one-
George and her friends. This is
Yeah,
insane.
how have you,
dude.
one, never heard of epilepsy, and then two, how can you, like, just, like, laugh it off?
Yeah.
That's so weird.
It's so fucked. What the fuck? I regret telling her now and I feel awful. I feel like there's something wrong with me. It was never a problem before. It never crossed my mind. That's the end of it. Fucking A, dump her ass, bro.
Yeah, dude. If she's, like... That's
shit.
That's abuse.
Find
dude.
something that torments her and then send it to her multiple times. See how she
Send
likes
her,
it. And
just
then
like
dump her.
yeah, send her a box of spiders.
Yeah.
Like just
exactly.
see where that goes.
Have sex with her mom and film it. Be like, I came where you once came from.
Oh god. Oh, that's so fucked up. Hey, go like make out with her brother. Like
Go make out with your own mom and send it to her. Be like, yo, I never told you, but actually I'm from Alabama.
yo, I was born and raised in West Virginia. What's up?
What's up? Country roads take me home.
They all lead straight to one place: my mom's vagina. Oh my
we could go.
Oh,
Fuck,
that's
dude.
awful. Yeah, man.
Fuck that girl,
dude.
man.
She sucks. Like if she's gonna be like abusive and
What a
shit like
piece of
that,
shit.
like you can't like really unlearn that. You know, like
Yeah.
if that's how she is.
Yeah.
With
It's hard
that,
to look
like,
past that.
Yeah,
for
that's
sure.
kind of fucked up. Either like have like a serious conversation about it,
Yeah.
and
Or fuck
like
her mom.
Yeah, or fuck her mom.
You have two options
Yeah,
here.
yeah, or her dog. I guess.
Or her dog. Yeah, well.
A hamster.
Yeah. I don't know.
That might.
I don't know about that. I don't know about hamsters.
Me
But
either. that might be a little too far.
Bro, Can you imagine dating someone so insensitive for 3 years? How has that insensitivity never come up? Like,
Now,
that's fucked.
first of all, should have brought it up a lot earlier.
Oh, for sure.
But that's not that does not negate her still doing this after finding out.
Yeah.
That's so shitty.
God
and
damn, bro.
Like realistically, like he is not at fault at all here. He should have said it earlier, but that's not. You can't really.
It's not his fault for fucking being epileptic. Jesus
Right, and like
Christ.
now that she knows and she is continuing to do this abusive behavior that is super fucked up and that also kind of like shows a little bit more about this person
Totally.
and is probably not good in the long run.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man,
Dump
get
her.
out
Dump
of
her.
that.
Dump
Dump
her. Dump her.
Leave. And never look back.
Hey.
Yeah.
Holy shit, bro. What a piece of shit.
Yeah, what the fuck, dude?
What an absolute horrible person.
That's like my mom telling someone that they have MS and then they're like, oh yeah, so like we'll just take the stairs. Like that's fucked up. Like that's basically what that is.
Holy shit.
That's
After
like
I learned my partner had MS, I wanted to play tennis with her so bad.
I would just like get mad at her for like not being able to walk. Like, bitch, why aren't you walking fast enough? And it's just like,
Oh my god, that's so fucked.
that's so fucked.
That's literally what it would be like, though.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
literally
yeah.
what it would be like.
Dude, the way that like people look at disability, where it's just like, oh well, they could do it if they really wanted to, and it's like, I don't think you understand what the dis part of the ability.
We need to
part
go back
means.
to 7th grade English and
Yeah.
the roots of words,
Yeah,
bro.
do you want to understand what prefixes mean, my guy? Do you know what that is? That's just weird, man. Fuck yeah. Don't.
That's so shitty.
Ableism's fucked up. Don't let people abuse you. And dump that bitch.
And that's just facts, bro. That's on period, sis.
We are the most qualified people to be making these
100%.
advice.
Absolutely.
Advices?
These advisements.
Advisements. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, we should probably go back to 7th grade English, though. That's for sure.
Fuck, dude. Yeah. Thanks, guys, for tuning in to this this episode. I hope you learned something. I hope you dumped your ableist significant others. I hope you laughed. I hope you cried. I hope you came.
We did talk a lot about cum.
We did talk a decent amount about cum today.
So sorry if
So
that's
on
not
par for.
your thing, but
Yeah,
it's
sorry, mom.
kind of
My mom listens to every episode.
how this goes. And she even had a cameo in this one
Yeah.
too.
Oh shit. Yeah. Meet my mom.
Me and my mom.
But yeah, we're back. We're back on schedule, baby. It's a beautiful day. I really need to poop. That thing went right through me, bro. Those
Yep.
mushrooms slid down my gut.
Yeah, that's kind of why I'm like off this.
Yeah.
Like the side of the chair is
Yeah.
like putting pressure
Yeah.
on it, so it's just kind of keeping everything up in there for right now.
Well, we're gonna poopies.
Yeah.
And
He's
they-
gonna sit this way. I'm gonna sit on his lap this way, and just
Yeah, I'll create a little gap between my legs.
Yep.
It'll be cute.
Yeah,
It'll be cute.
great.
Don't worry.
We'll send pictures. Don't
Yeah.
worry.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this episode of the Lunchtime Serenade podcast. We will see you next time. Middle of the day, middle of the week. Peace.